Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll show you step by step how you can repair damage like that. Okay guys, behind me is a 2018 Tesla Model 3. I've purchased this car at the auction and I'm in the process of rebuilding this car right now. If you haven't seen my previous videos, please check them out. I was fortunate enough for a branch to fall off the tree and hit my trunk. And now we have a great opportunity to do some body repair video. So in this video, I'm gonna show you step by step how to repair a body panel damage. This is not in a best example, this is not an easy repair, but you know, if it would be easy, it wouldn't be interested. Okay, since this is a step-by-step video, the step number one, or rule number one, if you will, do not skip any steps. Some of the steps would seem like not that important, but trust me, you don't want to skip any steps. So, step number two, we're gonna wash the panel with soap and water, soapy water. Reason why, if we have any dirt or grease anywhere on the panel, once we're gonna start grinding, once we're gonna start removing the paint off, we're gonna, if there is a grease anywhere in the area, we're gonna introduce that grease everywhere else. So wash your panel first with the soap and water. Okay, step number two, remove any emblems, logos, decals, or things like that. And we're gonna use a tool that is specifically designed for this purpose. The best way to remove the adhesive is with the rubber wheel like this. Okay, next step, we're gonna clean the surface with the chemical, it's called pre-cleaner. So you can either use towel like this, it's used for paint, or you can use just a regular paper towel. I like to use regular paper towel for this step and not to waste these. These are much more expensive. Okay, so even though this dent looks pretty small, it's actually created a low spot about at least that big. So the next step, what we're gonna do, we're gonna use this tool right here. It's a stud welder. It basically welds studs, and we have a slide hammer that we attach to those studs, and we hammer dent out. Okay, so I have this block pretty much exactly the size I need. You want to make sure that your block is pretty straight, otherwise you're gonna get false reading, if you will. Okay guys, as you can tell, right where scratches end, that's the low spot. The other side actually looks pretty good. Hopefully you can tell. It's pretty even. I'm just gonna do a thin layer of putty filler. All right guys, next step would be to remove this paint from this area. Okay, next step. Remember, no skipping steps. In the next step, we're gonna clean the area with the wax remover. Okay, next we're gonna mix some Bondo or body filler, and I like to use used cardboard, and I'll just take a razor blade and cut a piece like this, and I have a mixing board, disposable mixing board. Now this is pretty much the top of the line body filler. You don't have to use this one because a gallon of this somewhere around $40 or $50. It lasts me a very long time. I really like to work with this particular one, and you will see this body filler in most professional body shops. You can use any other. I also like Bondo that you can buy at any automotive store, AutoZone, Napa, or places like that. Bondo is also really good, but I prefer this one. Okay, there are about 2 sizes. You don't have to buy 2 sizes. You can only buy a large one. And what you can do, you can take a razor blade and score this large spreader anywhere where you need it, like whichever size you need. If you're working on a really tight and small area and you need a very small spreader, just score it like this and snap it. It snaps really easily. Just a helpful tip. For about a bottle of this size, what you want to do, you want to make a line about like that. That's more than enough. If you do a cross or if you do any more, it's gonna dry much faster. Line like this will give you plenty of time to work with this bundle, and that's more than enough. When you mix in Bondo or body filler, you want to make sure that you have a uniform or even mixture. You don't want to see different colors. You want to make sure it's all one solid color. I like to start with the circular motions first, and then I'm gonna mix it like this. Mixing like this will help reducing the pinholes. As you can hopefully see, I have a uniform color. Now I'm ready to apply. Because I'm working in the sun, it's gonna dry pretty quickly. Okay, we're gonna give it a few minutes. I want it to be tack-free, otherwise it's just gonna clog the sandpaper. Okay guys, now this body filler is nice and dry, it's tack-free, it's not tacky. We're gonna sand it. I'm gonna start with this, and then I'm gonna go to my favorite tool. It's a DA sander. It will speed up the process. Now we're gonna fill this area with putty and sand putty down. because I have a curved area right here, I'm gonna use this kind of block. Well, I'm actually pretty pleased with the way it turned out. It feels really smooth. I don't feel any low spots. I'm gonna clean it up with 180 grit and knock these scratches down, and we're gonna apply some primer. I love using this type of sandpaper. It's got a Velcro in the back. Instead of switching pads, I can easily switch the sandpaper from 80 grit to 180 to 400, and if I need to go back and forth quickly, all I have to do is just switch the sandpaper. I find it very useful. We're gonna sand an area a little bit larger than actual repair area. The purpose is we're gonna blend primer into this area. Okay guys, so I'm ready to apply a primer. Before I apply the primer, I would suggest check your panel completely for dings, for scratches. Address it before you apply the primer, okay? Okay, so this is the kind of primer I like to use. This is a 2K primer. You have to use a hardener for this kind of primer. This primer coats 3-in-1, which means you can either use it as a high build primer or you can use it as a sealer. I primarily use it as the high build primer. I'm gonna do about 2 or 3 coats. The first coat is gonna be the lightest, and I'm gonna blend it out in all directions. Okay guys, the first coat is dry. Now I'm gonna apply a second coat, and the second coat is gonna be quite a bit heavier. Okay guys, there you have it. I applied 2 coats. I'm gonna apply another coat, a third coat, and that will complete this project. In the next video, I'll show you how to spray paint this trunk lid with the base coat and a clear coat. Stick around. I'll see you in the next one.